limiting beliefs around being vegan is ruining your life. Research shows that overeating and eating high-fat, meaty substances increases health risks, such as heart attacks and high cholesterol and diabetes, high blood pressure. You can actually be vegan, eat some really good tasting things, and still enjoy this Thanksgiving holiday season. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some Thanksgiving meals that I eat. People are always asking, so how do you enjoy Thanksgiving? What do you eat? What do you do? What are you thankful for on Thanksgiving? If you can't actually have turkey, you can't have ham. And let me tell you,
I used to love me some ham. I did. I'll be honest with you. It's so good. My grandmother would make it. Have like that honey glazed brown sugar on the outside of it. Whoo, that dead animal's good.
I don't like it anymore though. And for Thanksgiving, I don't feel like I'm losing out on anything. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm gaining. At the end of this video, I'm going to share 3 things that I am thankful for that relates to the mindset and the benefit of actually having vegan meals on Thanksgiving. So let's jump right in. So here's a few vegan meal ideas for Thanksgiving. So they look very similar to a traditional Thanksgiving meal, but they're all vegan. Now again, to recap, if you haven't watched my last video, make sure you watch that video. I'll link it right here. That video talks about why, how, and what I did to become vegan, right? Some of the benefits of being vegan. And basically, what does vegan mean or plant-based mean? It doesn't mean that anything weird is added to the meal. It just means that there's no animal products in there. So there's no meat, no egg, no milk, no butter, those types of things. And in many cases, when you start to realize and actually eat and enjoy vegan meals, you start to question yourself, like, why do we even add milk? Why do we even add egg to certain recipes? Because it's really not needed. So number 1, greens or collard greens. We love greens. I like greens. I loved greens even before I became vegan, my wife and I. Now, back in the day, traditionally, my family would make greens and there'd be some type of special seasoning in there. Some type of dead animal would be in the greens as they cooked. Because that gives it the nice flavor and that nice, gotta have that, the good seasoning, right? Put a, I don't know, turkey neck or something in that greens as it's cooking. We don't use any meat products. For the greens, we primarily put in there some different seasonings. We use smoked sea salt. That is the key ingredient for this meal. So you write that down, smoked sea salt. You can get smoked paprika. There's some other kind of smoked stuff too, but smoked sea salt works well. The smoked sea salt gives it a deep flavor as if you had some type of good seasoning in there. Now, it doesn't taste like meat, but it substitutes what we would traditionally try to use meat for. So that's something that you could actually use, is smoked sea salt in your greens. So you cook them regularly, you boil them on your stove, add some peppers in there. We like things hot, so we'll add some cayenne pepper in there, add some smoked sea salt, let them baby jamas, I don't know what that means. Let them cook up, and then you can enjoy those afterwards. Number 2, stuffing. I love stuffing, or some people call it dressing. Basically, those small little breadcrumbs that you moisten up and bake them. She uses vegetable broth instead of chicken broth. Okay, there's a vegetable broth. There's no animal product in it. And then we also use some celery, which is already vegan. Some onions, which is already vegan. And we also put some sausage in there. And you're like, wait a minute, gotcha. No, not dead animal sausage. This is vegan sausage. Beyond Sausage actually makes some vegan sausage. Very, very good. So that gives it a nice deep flavor. And she'll cut that up and put it in the stuffing, make it on the stove, and then put it in the oven and let it bake. Oh, it's my favorite. I cannot wait to eat it this holiday season. Number 3, mac and cheese. My wife loves macaroni and cheese. We'll call it mac and cheese, right? She loves it. It's a staple in our home. Growing up, it'd be cheeses in there, it'd be milk in there. We made mac and cheese using a vegan macaroni. And actually, in many cases, when you actually go to the store, when you buy your stuff and you look at the back, there's probably a lot of things. Actually, look in your pantry right now. You might even have noodles that are vegan. It's not going to say vegan on the box, but it just doesn't have any egg or milk in it. Right? It doesn't have any type of animal product in that actual noodle. You have most likely already consumed things that are vegan. Again, this is nothing special that's added to it to make something vegan. It just doesn't have animal products in the food. So mac and cheese, get some macaroni, non-dairy milk. So there is coconut milk, almond milk, cashew milk. There's all types of milks that are not from an actual cow, right? Or goat, or whatever kind of milk you consume that's from an animal. That's for baby animals to drink. So we don't have that. we have some type of non-dairy milk. And we also add in a non-dairy cheese. So something like a So Delicious is one of them. Daya cheese is another one. And sometimes, not for the macaroni and cheese, but sometimes my wife makes this good homemade cheese using cashews and some other stuff. There's so many alternatives. And it's amazing when you start to realize and start to play around with all the different things you can do, how much you can enjoy things so much more than you thought you ever could. All right, so number 4, cranberry sauce. You can obviously buy cranberry sauce in a can. It's already vegan, by the way, y'all. It's already vegan. I'll tell you this though, my wife, she likes to make her homemade cranberry sauce. She actually buys cranberries, smashes them, and does whatever she does to make them into a cranberry sauce. I told her, hey, I was like, we can just get the canned cranberry sauce this year. And she's like, if we're gonna have cranberry sauce, well, I'm gonna make it. So she's gonna make it from scratch. Again, it's vegan. It's already vegan. She's not gonna change it to make it unvegan or make it more vegan, right? It's vegan. It's a fruit. Number 5, another option is Tofurky. Now, Tofurky is something that is similar to, it sounds like turkey, right? So it's Tofurky is similar to having that turkey roast. Now, it doesn't look like a turkey, right? We're not trying to look like we're eating meat. It comes in and I'll put a picture right here. It's actually pretty good. Again, the seasoning on it kind of gives it that Thanksgiving, like savory taste to it. But another way to enjoy something that's an alternative to turkey. Number 6, sweet potatoes. So we bake sweet potatoes. Again, for this, usually someone may have some milk in there, may have some marshmallows on there, and those things are not vegan naturally. But for ours, we would do sweet potatoes. We would put some vegan marshmallows in there. Get those from Trader Joe's, vegan marshmallows. So basically marshmallows with no milk, dairy product in it. Some vegan butter. Yeah, there's vegan butter out there too. Makes your sweet potatoes. Put some cinnamon on there. Pop that baby jamma. Baby jamma. What does that mean? I don't know. Y'all put that in the comments if you know what that means. And put it in the oven and cook it that way. Scrumptious. And then gravy, right? Gravy for the stuffing, gravy for a side dish. Dip your, maybe a biscuit or something you may have in there. Gravy, right? Here's the thing with the gravy. Our family traditionally, and maybe for yours too, and I think just in general, when you make gravy, people will put some type of meat in there. Again, for that season, you gotta have it taste good. Don't taste good without the meat. We have to get this, it's a mind shift. And again, this channel is all about shifting your mind. That's all this is about, is planting these seeds, giving you some options for things that are vegan you may have never even thought of, because you can shift your mind to eat more healthily on Thanksgiving and still be vegan and still enjoy Thanksgiving. So basically for the gravy, we just don't put any meat in it. Right? My wife will make gravy, spice it up, season it up, tastes so good. But there's just no meat in there. And lastly, this is not an actual food item, but water. We drink water every day. And we drink water on Thanksgiving. There are no sodas in my house. We have some juices, but primarily we drink water. And water is so good. Just drinking water in itself can cut down your calories, can cleanse your body. Your body needs water to stay healthy. If you've got headaches and migraines, and if you're feeling sleepy, those types of things, sometimes it's because of dehydration. Sometimes it's because you just don't have enough fluids in you. Water. Not talking about lemonade or beer or coffee, but water. Having some clear, good water to actually fuel your body. All right, so let's keep on rolling. Here are 3 things that I do on Thanksgiving. People always wonder, what do? You don't eat vegan. Do you have family over? Do you eat with other people? Like, what do you do? Here we go. This is what we do. 1, the option is we'll stay home. We'll make vegan meals. We'll eat our vegan meals. We'll invite family to actually come and see us. We'll let them know, hey, all we got is vegan stuff. So bring your own food if you want to come out and fellowship with us for Thanksgiving. So that's what they do. Actually, I encourage them to bring their own food because our vegan food is so good. Honestly, though, when people come, they usually end up seeing what we have and start tasting our stuff. And then they start to like it, which is good. But I'm like, no, bring your own stuff. This is our good vegan food. If you don't really want to be vegan, don't eat it. But yeah, we'll stay home. Second option is we'll actually make our food at home, pack it up, and go to wherever our family is. While they're eating their traditional Thanksgiving meal, we eat our non-traditional vegan Thanksgiving meal and enjoy it. So we're all enjoying it. We still get to enjoy time with people, with family and friends. We just eat differently. We don't knock on them. We don't pick on them. Well, sometimes we do. But they get to enjoy what they want. We get to enjoy what we want. And we're all thankful. The third thing is we eat. We eat just like everyone else, right? Just because we're vegan doesn't mean we don't want to eat. We don't like to eat. We do. We eat just like everyone else. And lastly, here's what I'm truly thankful for on Thanksgiving. And more specifically, for being vegan. Energy. Research has shown that when we overeat meaty foods, our body takes more time to break down that food. And what happens in our bodies is when we have so much food in our stomach, our blood is pushed towards our stomach to try to help break down that food and process that food, taking more blood from other parts of our body to focus on the stomach. What that does is it causes us to be more tired, so it lowers our energy because our energy is being used to consume, to break down that food. Instead of having nice, healthy, nutritious vegan food in your body that would give you energy, we eat all this turkey and ham and all this stuff that actually brings down our energy levels. Not being bloated is amazing as well. Did you know the more you eat, the more your stomach will stretch? So when we eat, especially on Thanksgiving, or you go to like some buffet place, you eat and eat and eat and eat, your stomach will stretch a bit because our stomach is now bigger. We just keep eating more because to get that full effect, right? And that's what happens when we start to eat too much. Our stomach starts to stretch and stretch and stretch. Now it'll come back naturally a little bit, but if we keep overeating, it'll eventually stretch and stay stretched. And then your body will say, wait a minute, I'm not full. Your stomach's not full. It's not going to send those signals, those stomach signals, receptors to your brain to say, hey, stop eating. You're full now. And lastly, less medical complications. You know, when we overeat, there's a higher risk of heart attacks on Thanksgiving and really throughout the holiday season because people are overeating. The more we eat, the more pressure it puts on our body and on our heart. And it's important that we eat healthy things. I don't say this because I feel like I'm better than anyone. I do not. But I do know from research and from life experience that there are some health changes that I've made that have improved my health and improved my wife's health. And I just want to share this information with you because your life matters, right? You are loved. I love you. This world loves you. It needs you around. And it starts with shifting your mind. If you need someone to help you with doing that, reach out to me. Put in a comment. Send me a message, right? You do not have to do this alone. This is something you've been thinking about. Maybe you're someone who has gone vegan or you have a plant-based diet, but everyone else in your family doesn't do it. Know that I support you. Know that I love you. Know that you are doing the right thing, and it's okay. It's okay to be able to be different. It might be challenging. It might be hard. You might say, but Dupre, you just don't know. Like, it is so hard to live with my husband, to live with my family, to live with my wife who is not vegan. It is so hard to go to work and all the people are eating donuts and having a good time and eating all this cake and Thanksgiving meals. It is so hard. Oh, that makes me smile. That truly makes me smile when someone says it's so hard. You know why? Because that means it's doable. When something is hard, that means it's doable. It's just hard to do. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. Our traditional way of life for Thanksgiving, overeating and eating all these unhealthy meats and fatty foods is ruining our health. Now in this video, I went over, what I actually eat, some ideas, some alternatives for what you could actually eat for Thanksgiving. That could be vegan. What can you substitute? Let me ask you this question. What's one thing? You don't have to jump all in and be a total vegan family, but what's one thing that you can substitute this holiday season, this Thanksgiving, or maybe sometime throughout this holiday season, Christmas or so? What's one thing that you can change into a vegan meal? Could it be your greens? Could it be your sweet potatoes? Could it be your mac and cheese? What can you change just to bring a little bit more of a healthy touch to spicing up your season? To spicing up your season. That sounds good, actually. Spicing up your season this holiday with vegan meals. Yeah. To make your food for the holidays that much better. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be thankful, and go out and love someone today. Share this message for someone who you never know, who may be on that fence, who may be thinking, I think I should be vegan, or I'm going to try out this vegetarian meal plan. You may be that person they need to partner with, right? Knowing your why you want to do it, right? Believing you can do it, and then connect with someone else who maybe wants to do it. When you start putting out there that you're vegan, when you start putting out there that you're plant-based, that you want to do this, you will start to attract more like-minded people. And you'll start to form a community of people who actually want the same thing you want. That's one of the most amazing things about YouTube, most amazing things about social media, the most amazing thing about life without even having social media. So we can actually show up as ourselves, share who we actually are. We're able to connect with those who are like-minded. Take care and be blessed. I'll see you in the next video.